Welcome back to another video, and today, I'm gonna be returning to SuKo again, but I've been playing SuKo on Primordial Time Semi-Realism off recording, just only a little bit, and I will say, there is one issue I'm having. If you noticed, I don't have Riptide equipped anymore, and the reason is simple. Riptide right now is not worth using. It can be strong if you can land all the hits, though. And it's definitely good for building up your stacks again for hook snap. The problem I have, though, with it right now is just the fact is, again, it's a barrage ability. And you need to, like, have all these benefits in order for it to work. You need to have all these things ready for it. And it just doesn't help. Like, I'm not saying to never use it. Obviously, it can be useful. But especially when I'm mostly getting into fights with, like, smaller targets, this is useless. This ability is literally useless, because targets are not going to get the full barrage hit. In terms of the claw attack, this will be saying goodbye to bleed. I don't really want to say goodbye to bleed, to utilizing it. But obviously, again, before, I would use hook snap as my base attack. I would use Riptide, and then I would have Claw Attack as my other attack that obviously, you know, while these two are on cooldown, well, not Bite obviously, but when Riptide and Hook Snap are on cooldown, I would utilize Claw Attack as just something to deal damage for now. Like, hey, this is the damage I'm going to deal to you for now. But since I'm switching it up and putting Bite back on to kind of utilize more damage now for SuKo, because let's face it, I can't really utilize Bleed as effectively unless you're running either the dry build or at least running health recovery, which I'm going to get to the hides in a bit right now. But I'm probably going to be using, definitely not Claw Barrage. Don't get me wrong, I love this ability mainly because it's animation. It's literally one of the coolest animations for an ability in this game. It really is. Claw Barrage just looks so cool. The animation, it was like top notch. It's like top notch. It would be more worth using when it used to be even stronger, though. Because, again, the damage right now is much lower than what it used to be. Like, right now, its base damage without, like, you know, dealing the increased damage to wet targets is only 99 damage. Which you might be thinking, 99's pretty good, though. 99's really good damage. Like, Das Heavy Bite does, like, heavy damage, you know? You know, there's attacks like that exist that do really good damage, too. Like, dealing that much, yeah. But you have to land all the hits. It swings 4 times, and you have to land every hit for the damage to even increase to get to 90, to like get to 99. And with the wet benefit, it does like about 110 damage. Again, may seem like good damage on paper, but that again, if you can only land it, I would love to run Claw Barrage again. Trust me, I would, but the damage is just not worth it. Not only that, with knockback also existing, and let's not forget, too, about, you know, the main issue with, gosh dang it, I'm already forgetting my words, but, the main issue with, again, if you're fighting smaller targets, it's not that good. This is definitely my old max DPS like, a build I would run. Like, I would go Claw Barrage, use these as all my attacks. Bite, of course, is just my main base attack, and this would be treated as a heavy bite, and Claw Barrage would just be more situational. This was just my pure DPS build I would use. This was just pure DPS because this is just high damage altogether. Believe it or not, what I used to play back when again, before Braparia dropped, I utilized this build a lot. Except I would have thick scoots on instead. The whole gist is that I would actually have, you know, this was just, I actually ended up clutching a 1v2 against SuKo's. I was left literally at 1 HP, but I still managed to clutch that win. I utilized Bite, Hook Snap especially, and then I would have Claw Barrage when these were on cooldown pretty much. Well, mostly when this was on cooldown and I saw the opportunity to land all headshots with Claw Barrage. Because that's the only benefit you really have. You can't really utilize this against 2 slots, 1 slots. You can't really use this against Apexes because, again, you have to be up close and personal for this attack to even work and to get full damage off them. If you're behind them, you're going to do less damage because you're probably just going to hit the base of their tail. That's it. And obviously this is an ability you can't really use against Apexes because, well, Apexes will probably just turn and face tank you and will just deal way more damage to you. So I might be returning to backhand because I'm not going to have 2 dry abilities. I'm not. There would be no point in me using Claw Attack when I already have Bite. The only reason I used Claw Attack before was because I had Riptide and Hook Snap, and those, you know, had longer cooldowns. They were at least like 3, you know, it was a 3.5 second cooldown for a Hook Snap. And obviously 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds, depends on if you were dry or wet for Riptide. So I would utilize Claw Attack as a 1.5 second cooldown. I would be able to swing it 2 times, return to Hook Snap, and if Riptide wasn't recharged yet, I would just use more Claw Attacks again, and that's it. It was useful. Again, that's a really good build I was using, and I do love it because, again, I've always wanted to make SuKo be something that deals bleed. I really did. But Riptide right now has been like kind of a stalemate for me, and it hasn't been really that useful for me to utilize it anymore. Like, again, it's a 3-second cooldown, and not only that, Claw Attack is kind of a smaller hitbox than Bite. And although, yeah, it deals bleed, I can't stack the bleed that well, because the moment targets get hit with even just like 2 hits, they're running off, healing it off, and I can't catch them because they either have a friend keeping me distracted, or I'm just, you know, it's situations like that, you know? It's situations like that. So I think backhand will be making its return. We'll see how this goes. As for the hides now, I really cannot stand SuKo's really slow healing. It's like a 12 to 15 minute long heal time if you're like down from 1 HP. It's literally bottom 5 in terms of the heal rate. With Stego, obviously, I think being the slowest healer in the game. It literally has the lowest heal rate, which hopefully with its future TLC, they probably fix it to make it a better at healing. But it's meant to be a bleeder, so chances are no. But like, I really cannot stand getting into fights with something. And if I win, good, I win, but I have to run off and I have to heal, which would probably take a while for me to heal. I just don't want to get rid of Waterlogged, though. Waterlogged is just too good because of all the benefits you get. The increased swim speed, draining targets who are latched onto you, like their stamina, and you become heavier. Muffled Raw is not going anywhere, though. This ability is staying. This ability is too useful as well when you're, like, especially in Riparia. It's really useful. In terms of this, though, like, again, I really want to put Claw Barrage back on. I miss this ability. This was, like, such a fun ability to use. Mainly because back then it did high damage. That was the whole gist of it. It did really good damage back then until they nerfed it after they nerfed all the... not the combat weight, the health of every Apex. Which is why also they got... why the Barrage abilities in general got nerfed. I will say, I really wish Riptide was more like Duck's Riptide and was potentially a heavy claw attack as well. Because Duck's Riptide is literally just like, if you're playing Duck, it's literally a must-have to use Riptide. For SuKo, it's a hit or miss. Most of the time can tend to be a miss. It's better to just utilize higher damage outputs than to even utilize that at times. Like, I hope one day they do revisit SuKo's kit and maybe do some damage changes for especially Claw Barrage, or especially hitbox fixes too, because there are times where I'm running up to a Sarco and I would use Claw Barrage and it wouldn't land the full barrage when I'm like right above them too. Like, they're trying to run to water, they have no stamina, they got overconfident, went too far into land, and now I'm like trying to get them while they're doing that. And I would use Claw Barrage and only 2 of the barrages will hit while I'm standing over them. And that's because, of course, the way it... I can't, unfortunately, check how it looks in the home cave. The home cave does not let me do that. Again, you can't use any abilities in here to, like, see how they are. But the whole gist is that I just, again, I'm in a huge... What is the word? Is it ultimatum? Or no, that's not the word. Again, I'm just... wondering if I want to return to Claw Barrage or just stick to backhand. I really don't know. I feel like backhand's more useful. Because knockback can be good if you're gonna... Like, I've always thought of the idea of just ambushing a target out of the water, knocking them into water by using the directional hits, and just drag... And then again, just keep knocking them away and just attacking them there. Especially on Riparia, there's a lot of usefulness. But again, this attack is useless against Apexes. It really is. This attack is absolutely useless nowadays because, again, they nerfed the knockback a while back. And I just thought about it too. Whenever I see a duck get into fights, I never see them use backhand anymore. I thought for duck, backhand was still good because it's an Apex, which means it has, you know, more weight to actually knock a target back. I don't think I see SuKos running it anymore either. To be fair, most SuKos are just running Claw Barrage. To be fair, probably because it just looks cool. That's probably the whole reason for it. So actually, let me go ahead and go to the menu real quick. Okay, so I did want to do this to show you guys what I meant by how, like, SuKo's attacks look and why Claw Barrage has a hitbox issue. So if you noticed, the claws aim up, and then they go down. Which is why when I was attacking a SuKo with it, only 2 hits the final 2 hits only landed. So as you can see, it only aims up, and then it aims down. Which means I couldn't hit the target with the full barrage unless I was crouched. Which even then, when you're doing that, you're not expecting that you need to crouch to land that hit, first of all. Because look at how low SuKo's claws even are. Look at how long its arms are. Like, it should, obviously, you would expect it to land. Like, this lands, obviously. Backhand definitely works against a target on the ground, like a SuKo. But this doesn't fully land. Only lands the last 2 hits. I'm sorry if this is a pretty long yap session before I get into it. Don't worry, I will be putting a timestamp to when all the, the actual, gameplay begins. I'm just annoyed at the fact that this is why it's... I'm just upset at the fact that Claw Barrage can't be fully utilized like that. Another reason, too, why I also want to switch to thick scoots is because sometimes a critter will ambush you out of nowhere and can take a lot of health from you. And there you are stuck having to heal all that damage off, which could take some time. While thick scoots literally gets you that quick recovery. But again, on Riparia, Waterlogged is literally just that good, and especially when you pair it with Muffled Roar. You just got to. You just got to utilize it with that. But we'll see how this build goes, because again, I did want to come back to SuKo for my next video, because I love playing SuKo. It's literally one of my favorite things to play as. Literally has one of the best kits in the game. Well, not the best kits in the game. It's just the best thing to play as, especially solo. So obviously, if I'm fighting smaller things, I'm definitely going to deal a lot more damage to them now. Because Bite mixed with Hook Snap means you're just maximizing damage now at this point. As for backhand, I think I'm just going to stick to backhand. I think that's the best I can do for now for this video. Anyway, yap session's done. Let me know what you guys think, if I should definitely give Claw Barrage a try. If you guys think you've utilized Claw Barrage way more. Because currently, haven't really utilized, those abilities that well. Maybe I'm just having a bad time using Claw Barrage, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, but the way I see it, I think Claw Barrage and Riptide to do a little bit more damage. Not obviously the damage they used to do, because before, again, with the recent combat weight change, or the health changes to all the Apexes, it would make it way too OP. I'd say a safe area to put their damage at is maybe put Riptide's base damage with no benefits at 113, and Claw Barrage at least 100 and 118 or 120 damage at their base. So with their benefits, it only goes up to maybe a maximum of maybe 130 to 135 damage. Or if they have to lower it a little more, because I don't know, maybe I'm not doing the math right when it comes to that. I'm just saying it should be a little bit stronger. I'd say at least 110 damage should be their base without the benefits. I don't know. Some people don't like YouTuber opinions, though, when it comes to that, but I thought that was a decent number to keep it at. So maybe their max damage with their benefits could be, 130. Because again, those are just like, you need to have it in those situations in order for it to really work. And even then, like, if they're up against Apexes, Apexes are normally going to still out-damage them. Or even out-heal a SuKo if a SuKo just takes too many damages or misses their barrages. What's this bird doing? It's been a while since I used Bite. It's been a long time since I utilized Bite. I do remember, though, that Bite... Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. That's a SuKo duo with a Tylo. Okay, that was right off the bat. I want the SuKo to come to me. Is that a Rex with them? What's this Rex gonna do? He's tiny. I want you to stay away. I don't trust you. I mean, you two called, but that doesn't mean I'm friendly with you. Well, that was a failed hunt from both of them. They got some damage in, but I'm not fighting a Tylo for sure. Even if I have Muffled Roar, I'm not fighting a Tylo. That is just not worth it. I still managed to miss the backhand, though, even though he was right there. See what I mean, though, is that it would do that? I didn't think backhand would actually miss that. I actually thought this was the one ability that wouldn't miss any of those attacks. But nope, still managed to miss it. And if you're wondering why I didn't use Hook Snap, I panicked, okay? And was just like, where's backhand again? Again, I switched my build. It's been a while since I switched it up. It's been a hot minute, okay? So I'm very rusty when it comes to using this. Anyway, I need to get water. Let me go top off on water first before I go anywhere else. Again, sorry if I had to yap a little about SuKo's build. Sorry if I had to do that. Maybe my opinions are invalid. Maybe I'm just not utilizing Riptide or you know, Claw Barrage well. Alright, I am back from work. And the whole time while I was at work, I was just thinking about the build. I was changing how I was changing my build to what it was before, where it was just a pure damage build. And I decided to return Claw Barrage. Even though, again, I didn't get really into any fights to use backhand, I just decided it was best to just return to what I was successful with when it came to just having just insane raw damage. Because again, Bite does 40 at base if you are, or no, 41 at base if you are, I think it's 41, if you are dry. Or no, even if you're wet, and if your target is wet. And it does 46 damage with one condition met, 52 with the next. Claw Barrage, again, deals 99 damage if you land all of them. And if you want to hit ground targets, which honestly it's only if they're like stuck onto you, you pretty much crouch and then just, there you go, you let loose. And of course, Hook Snap is just the insane damage ability. I decided to just say, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna keep Claw Barrage on. I mean, again, I can't get over the animation. The animation is insanely, you know, cool. It's probably one of the best ability animations in the game. Also, I'm on my way to freaking Mudflats, and I didn't even check if Mudflats was busy. Also, wait, there's a critter here for me to hunt. Hold on, I want to get that albino critter first. Yeah, you want to do this. I don't know what you were thinking 1v1ing me. Thanks for the food, though. Okay, that was an easy one-on-one. I actually managed to use Claw Barrage in that fight. Even though I only think it only landed like 3 of the hits, but still, 3 hits is better than missing at least 2. Better to land at least 3 than to miss 2. I don't know if that's a good saying, actually. Well, first fight ends up being a one-on-one with a Meg. I think all my hook snap only landed also on their tail, which probably wasn't ideal for this fight, but fight's a fight. GG. I don't remember too that Megs got nerfed too. Their combat weight got reduced. So like they can't tank a hit as well again as they used to. I do need to heal off this venom actually. I think your poison's gonna scare me, Metri. Metri, I can tell you're used to tail riding apexes and stuff, but I know how to use my turn decently. It ain't gonna work the way you think it's gonna work. It's actually been a while since I fought a Metri, though. It's pretty interesting to fight one. Oh, that actually missed? Waiting for you to use your heal call. I know you're going to use it at some point. Oh, I hear footsteps in the distance. Don't act like I don't know what those mean. Oh, here we go. And I missed. Have an idea. Take this fight to the water. I have better healing. I have better status effect healing in here. Wait, they're not taking the fight. All of a sudden, they're not wanting to come in here with me? What? They don't want to come in here with me? That's weird. I know they're semi-aquatic. Yeah, that's weird that he didn't want to come in here with me, so he's reducing my swim speed. That's what he's doing. Trade. Go ahead and trade with me then. Could out damage you. I know that hurts you more than it hurts me, because honestly, that's just chipping at my health. It's not even dealing bleed. I think they're giving up already. Yeah, they're like, it's not worth the trade. It's not worth it. They're taking too much. That one was taking way too much damage from that. I know it. They're just dipping. How much does it reduce my swim speed? 15%? It's an insane loss of speed. 15% is wild to lose. That's a bit much. I can see why conchs are a menace even in the water. It can straight up just slow you down, and it stacks up 3 times, so you can lose, like, what is it? Like, I know 2 is 30%, having 2 stacks is 30%. So that's like almost 50% loss of swim speed. That is wild. Whoa, okay. Oh gosh. Freaking Tylo comes straight out of nowhere. I need to leave. They're fighting the Tylo though. If they're fully aquatic, they can beat them for sure. Never mind, one's dead. Dude, I'm like in no HP to help them. I have like no HP for this help. I can't help the fight. That Tylo legit got the ambush. I feel like that sucker was stalking me. He saw me probably walking along the beach and waited till I got to that part. That is one patient-ass Tylo. He knew how to block me away, too. He was trying to prevent me from getting back on land. Gotta find a nice little quiet place to... Well, not quiet, but like a nice little bush area. This one would work. I heard one of the things die, though. It's armor-piercing bite, so it's just a base 60 or 78 damage it's dealing in general, which means no matter how big or small the target is, it's going to do that same damage. Gosh dang, I kind of got saved by those conchies, but damn, one of them had to die for that. I feel bad now. One of them ended up dying. If they were full aquatic conchs, they probably could have actually taken it on, but that was such an enclosed area to fight it at. That's why I didn't really want to take the fight either, because, well, for one, I know it's an unwinnable fight. I mean, heck, even if I had lunge, it wouldn't help if I was full aquatic. Right, SuKo, you want to go? Oh, you didn't expect me to have muffled roar, did you? That's a full bone break? Oh, now he wants to fight me. Now he wants to fight me. Oh, that's fine. I can back off. Of course, they're gonna have a Tylo with them. SuKos really can't do much on their own unless they got a Tylo. Makes me upset as someone who likes to play SuKo to see that SuKos stoop that low. They start a fight, then run off and let their friend come and save them. I didn't think that was gonna end up a full bone break. Like, that sucker should not have. Honestly, he charged it for like literally a little, like, had it charged for like 3 seconds, and then all of a sudden it's a full bone break, not just a fracture. And I think I understand why people complain about. Now I see why people complain about Tylo's bone break being a little weird. Now I get it. Because I feel like they just hold it for like, what, 2 to 3 seconds, and all of a sudden it's immediate full bone break. While Rex has to full charge it for like a solid 5 seconds for it to fully bone break. Oh, that sucked. Another fight that I just cannot win because, again, it's a freaking Tylo. Tylo has way too much HP and will completely out-heal me. For good hits I landed on the SuKo, though. It forced it to run. They just escape into the water? Yeah, they did. They just see them now. There. Well, I want to get my stacks back. I'm gonna try to catch some fish that are right here on this side. They're over there. Did see a dead SuKo over there, and now I see why it was dead. And I saw the body too was very recent. Had like no luck in good fights, honestly. It's either fights that are unwinnable or like just straight up unfair. So it sucks. Been recording for what? An hour and a half now, and that was the only fight I got into. Yeah, there's just no way I'm killing them. There's just no way I'm going to kill the SuKo. Not when it has a Tylo ready to back it up. It's not an overgroup, at least. At least it's not like a mega pack, but it's just really annoying that I'm just... Like, I'm not running into any other solo players. I'm not running into any of them. Everyone on here is just grouped. It's weird, too, because I haven't run into any solo Apexes either, now just thinking about it. Every Apex I've run into out here has all been grouped as well. The only things that I see have been solo are just flyers. That's it. Just solo flyers. I've not seen anything else. Yeah, if you didn't know, I'm recording on another day too. This part. And another day. But still no other solos to kind of get into fights with. Nothing at all. Really does suck. I was trying to get this video uploaded today as of Thursday, but let's hope I can get it uploaded at least by the end of the day. Let's see if I can get at least one decent fight to end it off on, but I don't think I'm going to find one of those. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to find any more fights. I've literally went everywhere, and it's either I'm running into massive groups, or things that I just know I cannot defeat in a fight. Or things I could just easily run away from the fights. And I can never, like, have a proper, like, successful, you know, hunt or anything like that. So, I'm going to end the video here, just so I can at least get the video out today on Thursday. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely will give this another shot next time to keep getting into proper fights with SuKo. Especially with the build I'm running now. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.